Some people want to see it happen, and other people just don't want to see Kentucky succeed.
How's the prep been, the preparation for this? I'm assuming it's business as usual, no differences in any of that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's all been the same. We do the same stuff that we've been doing the last 30-some games.
The first game of the tournament is after the first game, if they're assuming there is after, then you've experienced it, you guys. Is there anything different about the first game dynamic? You know what I mean? The first time, the first tip-off.
It's just it's good to have the jitters. I mean, it's a tournament, so that's what you play the whole season for, is just time. So that first game is just not really even the first game. It's more like the first half of the first game. It's, you have a whole bunch of nervous feeling, and then after that, once you run it out, then it's good.
Is this like the start of the season all over again, where you mentioned that you get some jitters and all that, but you get overamped because now it's a 6-game season?
I mean, yeah, you can get overamped, and that's when you play bad. If you do get overamped for it, you get too anxious, and timing on stuff will be wrong.
When they win
blocking
last
shots,
night, I mean, I'm sure
shooting stroke,
calls you that you guys are playing.
Fouling, everything will just be off, so you got to approach it normally.
Larry Brown said today that he thought you guys would make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. It's hard to say whether he was kidding or not, but that's exactly what he said. How do you balance that with keeping it real, staying grounded, hearing how great you guys are, but staying grounded?
You just got to stay with what got you here. And act like how you did before all the success happened. So, as a group, we don't really listen to it all. We know what got us here, and we know that it was working defense. So we got to stay on that.
Cal was tweeting about fights in practice. Is that exaggeration, or is that really what went down this week?
That's every practice, not just this week. Every practice is intense like that. Dudes get to arguing, and fights happen. That's just competitive.
Willie, what about for you? You had to watch this tournament last year, sitting down with a little camera. Came back for a reason. Talk about the sense of urgency now for you personally.
I mean, just to be back here, feel blessed to be able to come back and, with the group of guys we have and the amount of success that we have this year. It's kind of all surreal, thinking last year that was the motive. Like, we're coming back, and, we got a chance to do something special. So, it's just good to have that feeling again.
The possibility of going undefeated before the season started? Was that on your radar? Or?
No, not our radar, but other people, of course, say we're going to go undefeated and all that. But that wasn't really our goal.
I mean, with everyone coming back and the recruiting class coming in, was it very apparent to you guys that something like this was a possibility?
Yeah, it's possible. But people say it was a possibility last year, and we lost 10, 11 games. So.
Just how big of a growing experience was that? Like going through the regular season and things didn't go well, and then obviously you make it all the way to the national championship game?
It just shows that any seed could make it and go far in the tournament, so you just have to be humble and go out there and play as hard as you can no matter who you're playing against.
Even though it was an exhibition and you guys played so many games in the Bahamas, you lost your last game to the Dominican Republic, did that help you guys at all?
Losing that game?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think we were just tired. And, so I don't think that was a big deal.
You need to talk about the intensity of practice. It's still, like they were saying, it's March now, and these practices are like December. Everybody's getting after it really hard.
Yeah. We're just a competitive group of guys, and we push each other, and I think that's what makes us such a good team.
Is there any, obviously for the guys that have been through this road already, have you talked to the younger guys, kind of maybe schooled them at all?
Not really. There's nothing really to. You just have to go out there and play as hard as you can. I think that's what we've been doing all year. So it's not really about to tell them.
Hi there.
All right, man. What's up?
Doing good. Doing good.
You ready?
Yeah.
What do you expect tomorrow from Hampton?
I expect to just see a team that's really hyped to play us, and also a lot of threes to be shot by them.
What do you expect from your first NCAA tournament game?
I just expect the atmosphere to be electric, and just expect it to be even try to treat it as another game, not let the moment be too big for you.
Fans are supposed to pack this place again. I mean, how do you guys feed off that? Like, what does it do for you?
It makes us feel like we're playing a home game, and that's the biggest thing. I mean, we feel great going into every game, knowing that we're going to have a lot of fans present, and it allows us to be more comfortable.
Is there any added focus or change, or is it just the same as always going into tomorrow?
I think the same attitude. I mean, it hasn't let us down yet, so we go in with the same consistency, the same mentality, same game plan, and same pre-game rituals.
You guys have taken everybody's best shot all season. It's not going to be any different in the NCAA tournament, except the intensity is going to be there. Do you expect guys to come at you harder now when it's a one-and-done scenario?
I think it's going to be yes harder, but I think it's going to be the same mentality. Teams always coming to us and play us, and they always act like it's a Super Bowl. But this time, like any other Super Bowl, there's no 7-game series in the Super Bowl. It's a 1-game shot, and I just see teams, like I said, maybe with more intensity. But I think the same mentality is going to be there.
How hungry is this team? I mean, you guys have done something special already, but everybody knows what's expected of this program come March. How hungry is this team?
I think we're starving. We're starving. I mean, we're so hungry for this opportunity, and we're glad to be at this position we are. And now all we got to do is capitalize it. And we're so focused right now that it's amazing that in March we're having the practices we're having.
Nervous, excited? What's your emotion? What's the vibe of the team at this point?
Very excited, but you know, when you have like the group of brothers I have, great family I have with me on this journey, you feel real loose. I mean, you're just having fun and you're enjoying the moment.
Talk about those practices real quick for me. I mean, it sounds like it's still pretty intense in there.
Extremely intense. You're talking about. It's March. We're entering the NCAA tournament. We're still having practices that I feel like we were in December. You know, we're having a very physical, a lot of running, and just a lot of grinding. I mean, that's one of those things. Usually you're doing that in December, early December, even late November. And we're talking about in March, we're acting like the season just started.
Is there any one player that's kind of driving that intensity, or is it just a collective effort?
I think it's a collective. It's a collective effort. I mean, everyone wants to win. Everyone has a chip on their shoulder, and everyone wants to go out there and play their best of their abilities. And it starts with practice, and we understand that, and we key in on practices at the time to progress individually.
Now, the guys that played and went through this last year, they kind of told you, hey, you know, this is a business trip?
Of course. I mean, their experience is very vital, especially to us freshmen. You know, what they give to us is a sense of just comfortability. You know, that knowing that we have people who've already been through this and they know exactly what they did to get to the big game, and we just need to follow their footsteps.
I asked Trey last week. I said, you know, how come this team doesn't get rattled? And he gave me an answer. What's your answer?
I think it's confidence. It's just literally the word confidence. We go in those moments when it's clutch time and we have all the confidence in the world.